Alright, what's going on everybody on YouTube? Griffin here coming back to you guys with another live stream. It is Friday, and like I mentioned earlier this week, I was going to just have a weekly update every Friday for you guys, pending life of course. But this Friday I made it. I got off work around like 4:30 this afternoon, 4:30. So got home, took a shower real quick, and hopped on here for you guys. Pretty boring day, at least for me, when it comes to trading in the market. Obviously, like I say over and over, SPY is mostly what I focus on. I was super tempted to hop in XOP. I'll talk about here possibly in a minute or so. But first and foremost, hopefully you guys had a good week. Hopefully everybody made some money. And if you're new to the channel wondering just what we're all about just ways to achieve financial freedom at the end of the day. If you go way back in my channel, I have like 230 videos or something like that now. You'll see that I started off just simply flipping stuff on eBay, Amazon, all that good stuff. I did really well actually on Amazon with books. It's just, I guess I'm quote-unquote lazy when it comes to that stuff. It just wasn't my passion for one. Makes really good money, but just wasn't my passion. And I didn't feel like just getting up every Saturday morning, going to garage sales, going to book stores and all that to find books on sale. But you can make really good money, so if you're into that, I have a ton of videos on that. But just any way to achieve financial freedom is what we're all about here. My main passion is the stock market, of course, which is why I mainly focus on that now. However, I always try to hit just all kinds of ways to achieve financial freedom. So if you're into that, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button below. We'd love to have you here. And we have a totally free Discord group chat as well. That's one of the first links in the description box as well. There's about 35 of us in there as we speak. Oh yeah, and then of course we obviously talk about getting out of debt and all that good stuff. How's it going, Josh? Good afternoon. But yeah, today was just a pretty boring day. I mean, I covered profits earlier this morning. I'll just pull it up for you guys real quick. How's it going, Keith? Good afternoon or good evening. I guess it depends on where you are. But get my Robinhood account pulled up here. Today actually was a quote-unquote red day, only because I went ahead and took a position. I bought some more calls. I averaged down. Also, I bought two, and then I bought another one right as the market was getting ready to close. I'll talk about that here in a minute. However, I did go ahead and cover earlier this morning, as you can see, right here, and then, or no, I actually covered down here. I should have covered right here, but this was, again, I have a job. I seen this happen, and this was for like a brief minute. I had to get out of my work van and actually do some work. By the time I came back, it was right here. I watched it for a minute, and then I saw it drop. So when it came back up some, I was like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and cover. And then you can see, obviously, where I took the second position. And then, obviously, I was like working up through here and whatnot. I wasn't planning on selling these anyways. I mean, I could have for a little bit of more profit, but I was planning on holding these through Monday or Tuesday next week. We'll just see. But not really down big on those. We can go ahead and dive into those so you guys can see. And then I'll show you guys the profit. So you can see I'm only down less than 4%, which for options is absolutely nothing, right? Especially those short-term 1.5 to 2 week options. You know they can flip 20, 30, 40% in a matter of a day. So I'm not worried whatsoever on that. I'm actually really thrilled that it's only down 4% because today obviously ended very flat, 0.01%. That's not even worth mentioning. Pretty much an unstay. However, after hours we're almost up to 291. There's been a solid, just at least for today, there's been a solid resistance right around like 291.10. And then yesterday there was a solid resistance around like 290. Pretty much the resistance is right around like 291.25 ish overall. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next week. I believe we actually ended down this week. Let's take a look here. Let's go out to the 10-day. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, we had a pretty much a down week this week. So I definitely think next week's gonna be a good week personally, unless if something crazy happens, of course. But overall, I'm not worried whatsoever. I mean, I'm not gonna worry about it. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I'm holding right now as we speak. I bought 2 of the calls. I don't know if it shows. That'll be my notifications, huh? No, it won't, because I have to go into my whole history. For some reason, their website won't show like your actual up-to-date history. It keeps saying stock from Robinhood, but it's not. It keeps showing a different date each day, so I don't know if that's real or not. But So you can see, we'll go back. You can see that I bought 2 calls at 113, which is $113, of course, and I averaged down, bought another one at $105. They're currently sitting at like 106 or 107, something like that. So that one's up a little, and then obviously those are down about 10 bucks or something like that combined, somewhere around there, 10, 11 bucks. And then obviously you can see where I sold my contracts earlier in the day. Took a just minor gain on that, just 12 bucks. It should have been like $40, but like I said, it was only very, very briefly that even happened, and then after that I just caught it on the rebound. But not a big deal. It's all about covering the profits at the end of the day, right? Because what was the actual percentage? I don't even remember, but it was over like 10% still. So just covering those profits is what's all about at the end of the day, and then obviously setting yourself up for future gains as well, which is what I definitely wanted to do going into the weekend. You can see actually this morning we started out super red. Why? Because the market obviously started out super red, and then we obviously hit it. We just randomly shot up like clockwork. Markets are down in the pre-market, and then what do you know, kaboom, right out of the gate. So it was good to at least see it go from red to green, cover some profits instead of having just, I mean, it started out bad actually. I started out, yeah, minus $40 on the day, and then at one moment, literally a $70 turnaround. So that's the beauty of options at the end of the day. Because what was that from a percentage standpoint? Minus 12.1% all the way up to not. So that was a 21% swing in a matter of, let's see, that was 10:15 a.m. Eastern. So in about 1 hour, just over an hour, you saw a 21% turnaround. I mean, that's just, I mean, I love that. I don't know about you guys, but that's what I love about options. Because, I mean, if I were just investing in SPY, I would have made 0.01% on my money today. No thank you. I'll let my retirement account do that. I don't care what it does as long as it's positive. But as for my trading account, what I want to see is my actual source of income in the future. I want to see a hell of a lot more than that. Sorry, I didn't realize I had you guys like tuned out. But if you have any questions or ticker symbols or anything, definitely be sure to shoot them out there. That's why I keep this all pulled up for. Just for if you guys have any questions or want any type of conversation, that's what that's up for, of course. But yeah, I'm really encouraged by the fact that, one, the markets went up right as the bell went off, and then we obviously continued up going to after hours. And I think it's actually like the end of, because if I remember right, Friday they stop at like 5:30 Central Time, right? Or maybe 5. Yeah, I think they're done. Yeah, I think it just wrapped up. So we're going to wrap up pretty much at 291, which is about a quarter off of when the bell rung. So chances are, depending on how the futures go, Sunday night to Monday morning, chances are we're going to end up on the good side come Monday. But whole point of the video, of course, at least from the title, from what the title says, is trading options on Robinhood for everybody. Should everybody do it? Obviously, everybody's in a different situation. Like, if you're coming in trading with thousands of dollars, which I would not suggest, obviously, right off the bat, pretty much for anyone that's brand new, yes, no questions asked. Robinhood is hands down what you should start with, period. Because simply because of the free trades, of course, meaning that they don't charge you like absolutely anything. They charge you pennies, but which technically isn't free, but I mean, they literally like charge you nothing for the trades, as obviously it says. So when you're starting out with a couple $100, even $1,000, I honestly would say until you get to like $10, $20, $30,000 worth that you're actually trading with, I would just stick with Robinhood. Because why pay, especially if you're planning on doing day trading where you're doing multiple trades a day? I mean, you got to take into account most of these are charging about let's just say $5 per trade. So you're looking at $5 to $10 each trade, because you have it as you go in, have it as you go out. You're talking about $10 per trade total. And say you're doing 4 trades, you need to make $40 just to break even. If you're doing like multiple day trades, or even say you're doing 1 day trade a day, you have to make at least $10 on your trade period before it's even profitable. So until you're trading with like big money and each position is like a couple $1,000s, it's just not worth it. It's not even up for discussion, if you ask me. Because I know there's people that talk about, oh, well, market order on Robinhood sucks. Don't use market order. Obviously, market order sucks. Market order is going to suck no matter what you use. Now, if you go in with a plan, set your stop loss, set your limit, sell, whatever, and all that good stuff. You're going to be fine 99% of the time. So the people that complain about, oh, Robinhood fools you at a horrible price or whatever, that's your own stupidity, because you are using the market order, essentially, where they just fill you at wherever they can get you filled as quick as possible. It's just stupid at the end of the day. But with options, of course, you don't really have the option. I guess you technically do, but like when you go in to just sell super fast, it's pretty much going to tell you the current price, and then once you hit sell, even if it drops, it's not going to fill you until it hits the price. It's essentially kind of like a limit when you think about it. Apparently markets aren't closed yet because we just went up like another penny. So I don't know, it might be 6 o'clock Central Time. I thought they closed early on Fridays for some reason, but whatever, as long as it keeps going up, that's all I care about. But so if you're brand new, yes, period, start out with Robinhood just to learn the ropes of trading. Obviously, you can use TD Ameritrade totally free. I have a video about how to get Thinkorswim for free, all that good stuff. So if you haven't already checked that out, I have playlist or whatever that makes it easy to navigate through all the videos. But so obviously use Robinhood, get TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim. But when should you consider like switching to, say, a TD Ameritrade or whichever you prefer, Charles Schwab? I know some of you like that. E-Trade. Like, when should you consider paying for trades, essentially? Well, I pretty much said it earlier. I would say at the minimum, at least my minimum, what I already said I'm going to wait for, is $25,000. Once I hit where I can day trade unlimited with the $25,000, I'm going to go into probably TD Ameritrade, just because it's what I'm already using for the most part for my charts and everything. So that's when I'm going to go ahead and put the money in there. That's just something for me. Like, no matter what, that is pretty much when I will consider it. Just because simply, like I said, the positives outweigh the negatives. And the biggest positive being that free commission on trades. Because, like I said, it's just mind-boggling that people with anything less than even $1,000 would consider paying for trades. Because say you're starting with like $100 and you're essentially, your first trade, you're giving up $10. You're giving up 10% of your account in commissions, essentially. Even if it's $5, you're giving up 5%. So just keep that in mind whenever you're considering when to make that leap. Just break it down by a percentage. $1,000 would be what? On $10, that's what, like 0.1% or something like that? Or maybe 1%. I don't know. Either way, just break down the math and just use common sense at the end of the day. Like I said, the free commission on the trades alone is what seals it for me. I mean, yes, you guys have seen videos on this channel, plenty of videos where I'm just pissed off at Robinhood about stupid stuff, about them being behind and all this other stuff. I mean, there was just recently, and their customer service is getting shitty. They didn't email me back for like 4 days about the issue I had, where I had buying power for trading and it was not letting me submit an order, a SPY option order, and I was getting like pissed. I was like, what the hell? I have the money available. Why is it not letting me execute the order? And there's nothing I could do, so I had to go further out of the money. Like, pretty much I had $113 available. It was only letting me use 83. Why? I don't know. They couldn't explain it, but by the time they responded, it cleared up, whatever. So I haven't had the issue since. So I mean, there are issues, but with every platform there are issues. Some point I've had issues on TD Ameritrade where the whole damn platform freezes up for 20 minutes and they're down for 20-30 minutes. Like, is that not an issue? I'd rather have a slight issue with my buying power than not being able to see live up-to-date candlestick charts. So everything has its pluses and minuses at the end of the day, but to me, until you're like a professional, like true professional trader, you have that $25,000 in your account, and you're doing probably one day trade, or you're trading, like making some sort of trade every single day, not necessarily a quote-unquote day trade, but you're either buying or selling pretty much every single day, Robinhood's pretty much a no-brainer, if you ask me at least. Like I said, doesn't mean you can't use TD Ameritrade. I literally go, even on my iPhone when I'm at work, I go back and forth. I go TD Ameritrade, Robinhood, TD Ameritrade. Like, I use TD Ameritrade, look at the chart, so I'm like, yep, time to buy. I hurry up, get into Robinhood. Does it cost me $1 or $2 here and there? Yeah. because sometimes the option, I mean, obviously options can go up or down like that. So it's costing me $1 or $2, even $3 here and there. But I'd rather it cost me $1, $2, or $3 here and there, keyword, not every single time, here and there, versus paying $5, $10 on every single complete trade from start to finish. It's just a no-brainer. So that's pretty much my whole spiel on is Robinhood options for everyone. To me, it is for everyone to a certain degree. Like I said, once you have the money where it doesn't really matter, like you can afford the $5 to $10 every single trade, like 25,000. I mean, what is $10 divided by 25,000? I mean, it's got to be such a small fraction. It's 0.0, so it's what? 0.04 of a percent. 0.04 of a percent. So that's pretty much that's 0.01. How much the market moved today? 0.04. So it's literally such a small fraction on your account. It's pretty much pennies. So just look at it like that. Like I said, just do the math at the end of the day. It's all about math. If you feel that, okay, I'm sick of Robinhood shit, I got the money, let's know. I mean, I know there's people that have $40, $50, $100, $150,000 accounts on Robinhood still, simply because they're like, I can't justify paying for trades. I'm not trading frequently enough where it matters. Like, I can't justify. And I mean, I might get there if I feel, you know what, I'm not like, I don't need that split second advantage, whatever, where I like where the $5 or $10 is justified. I might stay on Robinhood. Who knows? It depends. I mean, they keep getting better over time. I mean, now they have candlestick charts and all that stuff. So I mean, they're getting better by the week. So I mean, we'll cross that bridge when it gets there. But just do the math. Use common sense. If you have a $1,000 account, don't be stupid. Don't go spend money on trades. That's retarded. If you got $10, $15, $20,000, up to you. But to me, if you have anything less than $5,000 or $10,000 in your trading account, it's just stupid. I mean, that reason alone is why, to me, Robinhood options is for everybody, and it's a must for beginners, because I mean, Robinhood literally dummies down investing. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that lose money trading on Robinhood, and then somehow try to flip it and make it Robinhood's fault that they lost money. Like, you're the one that's investing at the end of the day. But whatever. Most people just hop into shit that they don't know nothing about, and then want to blame somebody, because that's just the society we live in. But yeah, overall, I like Robinhood for options only. That's the only thing I use. That's the only thing I really trade, obviously. But yeah, so that's my whole spiel on Robinhood options. So hopefully, if you guys, I was getting ready to wrap the video up and I'm not even done. But hopefully that swayed you guys either one way or another. Just like I said, just do the math. I mean, if you think you're going to be doing a trade a day, day trade a day, imagine $5-10 a day. That's $50 a week coming out of your account in trade commissions, essentially. So again, just do the math, see if it makes sense. You're not going to win every single trade too, so keep that in mind. But anyways, so SPY, it's obviously been a pretty, I mean, it's just been a sideways week in all honesty. Obviously, we had a huge drop after the Fed decision. Then we had a pretty big swing back, went back up, at least in the morning and early afternoon session. On Thursday, kind of came back down and leveled out. It was still an up day on Thursday. And then obviously today was, if you want to call it up, I call it an unch day. But obviously when we go and look at our one-day chart, is still going to show up as a green bar, even though we did absolutely fucking nothing. So, well, I'm going to be interested to see, obviously this tunnel isn't like 100% or anything. This top one, though, has been pretty fucking spot on as a resistance. Every time we've came up above it, down. I just drew this one out recently, so it's probably not even like 100% or anything. It's probably, I'm going to go ahead and delete it and make a new one. Let's see, remove. So I'll probably do it something like this. Make that tunnel just a little bit wider. So you can still see we're like within that little tunnel. It's going to be interesting to see though, because like I said, there's been a solid resistance right around like 291.25 this week. So I'm really interested to just see, since we're still hovering right around 291 in the after hours, or 290.94, and if you're wondering how I can see that, all you gotta do is look at your like little sidebar essentially. or if you really wanted to, I guess you could like zoom in, but I don't like doing all that work. So it's just gonna be interesting to see. I mean, I think, like I said, you guys know, I thought we were gonna be like 295, 296, somewhere in there this week. I mean, we're not like super far off from that, obviously, at around 291, but it definitely did change up a little bit this last week. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see. You can see, I mean, we had similar stuff. We had a good period. I mean, we had a period of just nothing but up, essentially. Then we had a week or so where we came back down. Then we've had a good week or two stretch here just going up, hit new all-time highs. Now we've had a week where we've kind of came back down, chilled off. I mean, look, our RSI's come down a little bit. It's just looking good right now. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if in next week, we're definitely going to have to break the 291.25, obviously, barrier. 291.25 through 291.50. It's a pretty solid barrier. But overall, I'm expecting something like this to take place next week. I'm thinking right around there. That'd be what, around 295. So yeah, that's realistic. I mean, 294, 295, somewhere in there. I thought we'd make new all-time highs this week, but you can't make them every week, right? So it's probably a good thing that we had a little down week this week. Barely a down week, but we had a little down week this week. Overall, I'm obviously still very bullish on the market. There hasn't really been nothing to make you think otherwise, of course. And then obviously, when in doubt, I always just go back to the 3-year chart. I go back to, I mean, sometimes I have to do this. Sometimes I'm just like, I get a little bearish, and then I'm like, oh yeah, the market always goes up, other than obviously with recessions and pullbacks and little miniature recessions, little miniature corrections, all that stuff. I mean, what's crazy is when you look at this right here, what happened in 2015, close to 2016. So you see we were just shooting up. We had a little bit of volatility going on. What happened this year? It was a little bit harder, yeah. I mean, we had like, what, a 12 to 15% correction, something like that. But I mean, almost identical. Up, and then down, volatility. We've pretty much coming out of the volatility for the most part. I mean, we still have, when we have down days, we have some pretty big down days still. But overall, I mean, it's definitely, we're still in good times, by all means. So the outlook overall is still pretty good. Like I said, whenever I'm like doubting the market overall, I'm just like, oh yeah, the market always goes up until we go into recession mode. So you can't ever predict when we're going into the next recession at the end of the day. If anyone thinks they can, run away from their advice, of course. See, I got reselling stuff down here still. I don't know if you guys can see it actually with my YouTube stuff or whatever, the subscribe button being right there. But yeah, and if you're wondering more about my calls, they're gonna expire on the 10th, which was pretty much the same I had yesterday for those of you who've seen that video. So when is the 10th? We have 1 week, and then we have half a week. And I bought. Why did we get reconnected? This is the second day in a row we've got disconnected. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully the video quality, the video stream is doing alright. I don't know if I got disconnected entirely from my internet. I think so, briefly. So yeah, I'll have to check on my cords and everything tonight. So by Sunday stock watch we'll be back up and running. But like I was saying, I don't know which part we got cut off exactly, but like I was saying, week and a half to 2 week out for options is the really hot spot for me, just because I have a little bit more peace of mind. 1 week options, they tend to swing very, like they're super volatile. Even the 1.5 weeks, I mean, you saw today, I mean, I was literally down, I mean, I was down 12%, down $40. I mean, that's a good chunk of money I was down. But then obviously we came back up, and then obviously, like I said, I'm not worried about the fact that overall I technically had a down day, because obviously we're set up for major profits early next week. But overall, this is what I always like to focus on, the 1 week result. You can see this week we made about $130, which on a $320 account is 67, almost 68%. I'll take those returns any day of the week, if you ask me personally. It's all about covering profits at the end of the day. Like I said, with my profits today that I covered right up here, I mean, I didn't, what was it? I want to see, because I want to do the calculation, because I want to know exactly what percentage I made off those. So I bought That was 5 hours ago. I need to go further. So I bought it 246. I sold it 258. That's not going to be a huge profit. I think that's not even double digits, actually. So 12 bucks essentially of profit divided by 246. So yeah, it was only about 5. It was 5% profit. But 5% profit is better than going red, which is what it was actually going to do if I continued to hold it. I could have got about, if I was watching at the exact right time, I could have probably bounced back up to like 10% profit. But is it worth the gamble at the end of the day? Absolutely not. Always cover the profits and be quick to cut the losses. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. And like I said, I could have sold, I could have day traded those profits for a I could have day traded these calls for a little bit of profit, but I wanted to hold out for a little bit just because I know, and you can see, I mean, I was up like 12% on those, but I looked at it when it was like right here. Yeah, because it was up about 7% or so, 7 or 8% when I looked. So I held out just because I know that today, I mean, today was a flat day. I mean, if it gave me 7% on a flat day, what's it going to give me if we come out and have a 0.5% to 1%? I mean, percent's pushing it, but if we have a decent quarter to 0.5% green day on Monday, which is what I'm expecting. I expected today to either be a really green day or a really red day. I mentioned that in the Discord group chat, and it looked like we were on our way to a really green day, and then we just kind of did a bunch of sideways BS all day, which it being, I forgot today was the end of the month, end of the quarter, all that stuff for the markets, which generally is a red day, actually, especially the end of Q3 is generally a bloodbath from what history shows. But I mean, we ended unched, so I mean, not bad, not a bad deal whatsoever. And overall for the week, we ended red. So I definitely think early next week we're going to be super, super green. And that's why I pretty much set myself up in a few calls going into next week, because I'm very, very bullish on the market. And the fact that there's nothing to really be worried about right now. So why try to fix what's working at the end of the day? But I just wanted to also, like I said, just give you guys an update. Like I said, I'm always going to update you guys no matter if I'm having a horrible week, a great week. Technically, this week was an awesome week. I mean, 67, 68%. Just knock my remote off the thing. Am I going to get 68% every single week? I mean, I hope so, but absolutely not. Let's be real about it. I mean, this week was a really good week. I mean, there's no question about that. If anyone's still watching, let me know if we have any issues within the stream too. I greatly appreciate it. Hopefully we don't again. But I mean, this week was an awesome week. 67%. Imagine doing 67% on what obviously my end goal is, which is a $25,000 trading account. 67%. I'm doing it on my phone, just if you guys wondering. Is almost $17,000 for the week. So, giving you out taxes, capital gains, all that BS. But that is why the goal is $25,000. That's just the main goal. That way, I don't have to worry about day trades, because that's another reason why I try not to do day trades. I try to save them for major profit situations. Like if I bought these calls and they had spiked like 20% the last 5-10 minutes of the market day, of course I'm going to want to cover that. And I don't want to put myself in a situation by covering 5% or something where, when I know that, for one, I set them up for future results, I don't want to set myself up for, man, I've burned through my day trades and I can't cover a 20, 40, 100% profit thing that I wasn't expecting, so to speak. So that's why the goal is $25,000. But am I going to do 60, 70% profit every single week? I mean, I sure as fuck hope so. But let's be real, absolutely not. Probably not. I mean, I'll be happy to do 20% a week, in all honesty, because you're going to have red days. I was lucky enough for pretty much day was my only red day this week. I mean, it was down $9, and it was only because, like I said, of course, I'm setting myself up for next week to be another pretty decent green week, hopefully, of course. So just always keep in mind what your end goal is when you're buying options. Make sure that you buy them at least a week and a half out. If you don't got the money to do a week and a half out, don't buy it. Go work, go save some money. Like, you should not be trading options with less than 50 bucks. I mean, I know I said you could trade with like 20, 30, 40, but realistically, you need $50 to trade options decently. I mean, these cost me, I mean, you guys saw what I paid. I paid like $105 and $113. but these are secure, these are investments. That's what you have to remember, is these are investments. This is not a game. It's a take money to make money business still at the end of the day. You can start with a little amount of money. $50 to $100 is nothing when it comes to stock markets. $50 to $100 is absolutely zilch. But if you are willing to put up the money because you know you've done your research, you know the markets do nothing but go up over time, you can get a good SPY call for what, $105, make 20% on that. What's 20% of $105? About 20 bucks, just under 20 bucks, something like that, or maybe just over 20 bucks, something like that. So you just added $20 to that. So now you have like 125. And then you just keep compounding that over and over. Are you going to make 20% every time? No. Obviously I covered 5% today. But you get the point. Just take this stuff serious. It's not a game at the end of the day. If you want to play games, then go do paper trading. And, I mean, that's all I can really say at the end of the day. So, yeah, this week was a really good week. Obviously, I'm super, super stoked about it. I just don't want people to get the wrong message here whenever they see 67%. A lot of people, especially new people, are going to be like, well, he only made $130 this week. That ain't shit, dude. I mean, there's a lot of people that could use $130 a week, but always focus on your percentage return. I don't give a damn about this number. I care about this number. What am I doing every single week? And then obviously, actually my 1 month, if you want to look at the 1 month, the 1 month actually isn't even that good if it'll pull up. I mean, it's decent, 17%, but I mean, it's not like great or anything. I mean, you can see I was down a lot. I was down 40% at one point. That's what I wasn't telling you guys. I was having really shitty problems whenever I first started. But now we're starting to finally get our act together, getting back in the swing of things, finding the trends, finding the time to buy, and sticking to your plan. Like my plan is buy the, what's the term? BTFD. I'm not going to say it on YouTube. I'm trying not to cuss on YouTube as much because they don't like it. They throw a pissy fit. But BTFD, you guys know what that means. So for everyone that's new, look it up. You got Google. BTFD. That's pretty much my slogan now. When I see a dip, I buy the hell out of it, baby. I bought the dip down here today. We'll go ahead and zoom in on it. I saw that we kept bouncing right here. I waited for it. I saw it bounce once, saw it bounce twice, saw it bounce again. So when we came down, I bought prematurely because I thought we were going to bounce right around like 290.50. Bought prematurely, but I went ahead and bought that dip. And then what happened? We're going up already. So it's the buy the dip market essentially. I mean, if you want the keys to success, buy the dip and SPY. Until the market decides to go again, buy the dip, sell the rip. It's pretty simple at the end of the day. And stick with 1.5 to 2 week contracts. It'll just put you to peace of mind. If it doesn't go your way, say we have 2 or 3 red days in a row, you're not going to be like, oh my God. If anything, you're going to be like, hell yeah, I'm going to buy the dip, keep buying the dip. Always set aside a little bit of cash. Don't go all in one time when you buy the dip. Start out with 1 or 2 contracts. Again, just depends on how much money you have right now. If you've got, like I have $300, like I said, at first I bought 2 contracts. I was like, okay, I'm going to set aside a little bit of money, see if we dip a little further. We dipped a little further. I kept buying. Just keep buying the dip, and then sell the rip. You'll make lots of money. I mean, at least a good return. 20. I mean, you saw this week. 70% almost. Ooh, I almost closed out Windows. That'd have been bad. I mean, this week, 68%. You can't argue with facts at the end of the day. And I mean, if I finally found what works for me, I mean, you guys can try to apply it. That's what this is all about at the end of the day. I show you guys what works for me, what doesn't work for me. And I finally found something that truly works for me, which is 1.5 to 2 week out options. I just find for me it puts me in a better peace of mind, which allows me to make better trades. I still miss out on opportunities, and I'm sure I'm going to have a couple losses here and there along the way, just simply because I can't sit at my computer 24/7 right now, at least. But 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to come out on the green just because I'm simply not going to panic sell. I'm not going to rush into, if I don't like how something looks, I'm just going to sit in cash. I almost sat in cash this weekend, but a perfect buying opportunity came up in the last 10 minutes of the market day, so I went ahead, scooped some shares up, and the rest is history after that. So as always, we'll have Sunday Stock Watch. I'm probably not going to do a video tomorrow. If I do, it's probably going to be something different than Stock Market Talk. It might be a debt-free journey update, as I've paid off 2 credit cards in September. I don't know why I put 4 up. 2 credit cards, as a lot of you know that tuned into the previous stream. So I might have an update about that. Just depends on what I got going on tomorrow. Plan on doing some Uber Eats tomorrow, making a little bit of money on the side. Of course, it's all about how bad you want it at the end of the day. I'm out here doing Uber Eats, working overtime at work, doing stock market while I'm at work, doing YouTube videos for you guys, which I don't even get paid for right now because I'm not even close to 1,000 subscribers. Even then, I don't care. I do it more for you guys in the community more than anything. I mean, I'm working. And when I'm not working, I'm thinking about working. I'm watching working. How bad do you want it at the end of the day? That's what it's all about. Just know that when you're resting, someone is working. That's what gets me to get up off my ass most of the time, is I know that however bad I want it, there's always somebody that wants it 10 times harder, that's working 10 times harder. Someone's always beating you, but are you going to catch up? That's just what you have to think at the end of the day. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the stream. Like I said, if you guys have any questions or anything, you can always feel free to put them there in the chat. That's what it's always up for, of course. We've got 2 of you tuning in. We had like 3 or 4 of you at one point, but I don't want to make this stream too long. Like I said, I tried not to keep the stream super long because I know everybody has lives and whatnot to get to, and my girlfriend's going to be home probably in the next 15-20 minutes, so I'm going to just relax before she gets home. So hopefully you guys had a good week. Hopefully you guys stayed green this week. If you're new to the channel, like I said, definitely consider hitting the subscribe button below. We'd love to have you here, of course. And like I said, definitely consider joining that totally free Discord group chat. Should be one of the first links in the description box. It should be working. I know sometimes people say the link has expired, but people are still joining through that link. We had somebody join or 2 ago, if I remember right, sometime earlier this week, I thought. So it seems to be working still, but if you have issues, just let me know in the comments, and I'll gladly send you a link. But until next time, guys, keep on going out there, making those profits, covering those profits, and achieving some financial freedom this year. And I'll see you guys possibly tomorrow, but if not for sure, Sunday for Sunday Stock Watch. Take it easy, guys.